The Pratt Miller race team fabricated some very successful Camaro GT4 cars that had factory hoods that were modified with brackets to drop the center hood bulge, the hood dome, and allow much more air. So inspired by that, Griffin Motorsports has developed an aluminum bracket that will drop the hood bulge, the hood dome, by approximately 2 inches and allow a much greater amount of air to leave the engine compartment. So the Camaro ZL1 factory hood dome, which is carbon fiber, has air extraction that goes out the front radiator that helps improve cooling and also reduce lift. There's a factory rain guard that can be removed from the track, and you can see air can escape, but only through about a 2-inch by 6-inch slot on either side. And this is even further reduced if you're running the factory rain deflector, which is great for snow or inclement weather. We'll be taking the car to VIR, Virginia International Raceway, where we will do some comparisons to the factory hood with the rain guard removed versus the Griffin Motorsports hood heat extraction bracket. The car is really a track car that only sees street driving on really nice days, so there really isn't a concern about snow or water ingress into the engine compartment. So we'll start by removing all the bolts around the exterior of this support panel. The bracket will actually attach here and here with this piece removed. So we'll remove the bolts. Then there is some double-sided tape that we'll have to gently pry loose. We may use a heat gun. There's actually not a threaded hole here, and we'll use a tool called a nutsert, and we'll put something in there for a 6mm bolt. So we removed all the bolts. We used simple green and a plastic trim tool to try to release the I guess it's sealant. There are 2 tabs here that are holding this piece on. And so it's going to be pulling it out and down to get it off. There is a plastic trim screw right here in the center. It's one of those GM 2-piece plastic pins. This will be replaced by a 6mm nutsert in a minute. Here we go. Little excitement there. So the middle front hole needs to be opened up for the nutsert. We'll just go a little bit at a time. It's aluminum, and the hood is right there, so you don't want to go too far. So a nutsert is a insert that is threaded on the inside, so you do not need to get a wrench or something on the other side. What happens is there's a special tool that expands this, and it'll compress, it'll actually pinch where it's going through, just like a rivet, and then we'll be able to get a 6mm bolt through. We're gonna put the tool in the nutsert all the way flush, and then we're gonna squeeze. And then we will unscrew the tool. Make sure we'll put the bolt in there and make sure it's tight. This is the nutsert tool. It's an Astro 1453. I love this thing. If you don't have one of these in your garage, it does rivets, it does nutserts. It's awesome. So a 2-inch drop on the front of the carbon fiber piece, and it really opened it up almost all the way to this portion instead of being just the 2 little slots in the front. It's still, I mean, I really can't tell a difference just looking at it from the side profile of the car. But you can see here how much a 2-inch drop is really worth in airflow. So I had some fasteners, some GM factory fasteners that I use in place of the stainless steel Allen screws. These are about a 1/4 inch, maybe 10 millimeters longer. But I didn't have as much thread engagement as I'd like on the carbon fiber piece, so I went a little longer. Also, I needed a little longer to get to my nut cert. So they're all the same. I had them left over. I get a bag of bolts from a salvaged Camaro from AZ Cycle Parts for about 50 bucks. It's if you're working on these cars, I highly recommend you have extra bolts laying around. But it looks great. The bracket fits great. Nut cert works great, and I'm looking forward to getting this thing on the track and seeing what it is. So we just got done with 3 days at Virginia International Raceway, ran a bunch of 204s, which is pretty good for me. My personal best out here is a 203, and it's kind of in a green track. We've had rain off and on, but 10 days, 5 sessions with J-Zill on Friday, and then 5 sessions over the 2 days at Days Race at Racing for ALS. But we really got to test out the parts in Fury here. And so I tested both the Griffin Motorsports belly pan and the heat extractor bracket. And both I think showed a benefit. So the heat extractor bracket lowered the temperatures probably about 4 to 5 degrees Fahrenheit, the engine coolant temperature sensor. But the most impressive thing was really how quickly the car cooled down on cool down laps. It would go from like 223 to 225 all the way down to the high 190s or low 200s with just 1 lap by the time I got back in the pits. So for time trials or something like that where you're trying to do a rapid cool down and then get back in it, great. And then the belly pan, I did not see any drop in my mile per hour with the Borla Atak exhaust system. In fact, I saw about a 0.8 mile per hour improvement on my fastest lap compared to my previous fastest laps here. So I had a 154.9 on the back straight. These cars can run faster than that in better air, but it's been really humid and in the mid 70s to low 80s. But anyway, I'm very impressed with both the parts. Check out Griffin Motorsports. Thanks for letting us test them out here, and I'll see you on the next video.